Bellwether series. I'm your host, Rupinder Malia. And today I'm joined by Dr. Ihtiram Raza Khan, all the way from New Delhi. He's a senior academician in the Department of Computer Science at Jamia Hamdard University. He's such a passionate academician. It is proved with the fact that he has so far written 20 books related to his field, and he has got more than 20 copyrights and patents attached with his name. Thank you so much, sir, for taking out time today during the weekend for this talk show. Thank you so much for joining me.
Uh, Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for the invite. In fact, it's my privilege to be a part of your channel today.
So, I know you are such a grounded person. That is why, you are saying all this, and it's our honor that it's my honor that you are here for the podcast today. And I would straight away start with this thing that I want to. I'm very curious to know about your journey so far. Like, how did you reach Jamia Hamdard, and what was the journey before that? Please tell us in detail everything.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Let me share my journey with you, with my viewers also. My journey started with 1995-96, and I went straight into education. So as soon as I did my MCA from Aligarh Muslim University, I took education as choice. So I was the first one, in fact, from my batch to be going into education, and since then I have been teaching. So now it has been 26 years of teaching. So it's a wonderful journey. I started with Nice Management College. It is now Shovet University in Meerut.
Mhm.
So I started from that university. I was there 5 6 years. Then I shifted to IMR Ghaziabad. Again, it was one of the colleges affiliated to Uttar Pradesh Technical University. So another 5 years at IMR. Then I shifted to Jamia Hamdard. And since 2007, I have been a part of Jamia Hamdard, New Delhi. Jamia Hamdard is one of the Center of Excellence awarded by MHRD Government of India. So it's a wonderful lush green campus offering the best education in Delhi, one of the best educations in Delhi, and we are lucky to be a part of that organization. So I've been there since 2007, and another, let's say, 4 5 years intend to be a part of it.
All right. So you were very clear from the beginning that this is what you want to pursue in life.
Yeah, I want to be one of the educators. My father retired as inspector of schools. He was in education. My in-laws are in education. My uncles and everyone was in education only. So it's in my blood to teach. So I chose to teach, and my friends were telling me all the time, "Why are you going into teaching? Why not go for coding? See, we'll earn so much in life." And that was a time when I said, after 10 years, 15 years, we'll all be at the same level. So now we are all at the same level, earning the same, having the same set of cars, same set of homes. So now they are venturing into education. So it's the part where I still remember in 1996, my last conversation with my friend was, "Why the hell education?" I said, "No, I want to take it up. And after 15, 20 years, we will meet at the same place." So right now, they are all in touch. They are visiting us. We are meeting at a common place in Aligarh, AMU, our prime university. So, in fact, we are all at the same place now.
And who are the other people at home? And what is your equation with all of them? How do you spend the family time?
My wife, she's also academician. In
Okay.
fact, she was my classmate in Aligarh Muslim University.
Oh, wow, that's great.
She also did MCA from Aligarh Muslim University, and so we were classmates. And then I have one son. He's into graduation now, BJMC, and they are very supportive. My family, in fact, has been very supportive, and I can't recall a night where I have slept before 3 a.m. in the morning. So I
Okay.
study and study a lot. So, but they have never complained about that. So that is the biggest part, biggest
Yes,
contribution that I have from there. I have the support.
definitely.
They have never
Definitely.
said anything about not giving them the time, not giving them the money, but they're all very happy. So they have been supportive. My parents have been very supportive. As I said, I'm from a field where everyone was into education. They know the pros and cons of it, so they have been supportive always. So in all, it has been a very wonderful journey where I'm satisfied
That's
and keep my students satisfied also.
That's really, really great. So let's talk about like your field of specialty. You have already received a doctorate in software engineering and neural networking. So what was the research in particular about?
Uh, yeah, ma'am, the research was basically about software estimation. We calculated the cost of the software, and this was one of the project given by as a consultancy by one of the companies where I was leading the training and placements. So we estimated the soft of the cost software, the effort of the software, and we came up with a solution. And the company was so happy that for the next 3 or 4 projects we were hired for it uh, on the honorary basis. So my research basically was making the use of neural nets and software engineering. So since then I have been into machine learning, and most of my student researchers, they're doing research in machine learning, artificial intelligence, IoT, blockchain, and all.
So I understand software engineering, but I like neural networking. What is that about? Like, if you can explain.
The neural network is a like you must have all done physics practicals. There was a black box.
Yes, yes,
You
yes.
must have seen done
Yes.
light experiments. So there was a black box. We were giving it the input and we were getting the output.
Output.
So
Yes.
neural network is like a black box. We
Okay.
know what inputs we are giving it. We know what outputs we expect from it. And the
Okay.
internal processing is all done by the neural net. So the humans are not doing anything based on that. That's why neural networks are very popular. Entire processing, entire computing, entire weights and all, learning and everything is done by the neural net inside the black box. What I have to give is the inputs and what output I want from it. So in one iteration, in one trial, second trial, third trial, and the system learns from it, and hence the name machine learning,
Okay.
machine intelligence. So the system is learning from the iterations. So we show the results to our stakeholders. If they're not satisfied, they say we need still better results. So we go into the depth again. So the neural network works for us. It's a wonderful approach. It's taking the industry by storm because everyone is going into neural nets now, especially CNN kind of a thing.
Okay. All right. So I think that is what led to you having like many patents and copyrights attached with your name, I guess. And 20, like it was mentioned in your profile, and it's a big thing.
Yeah, ma'am. Once we get into the research, my professors used to say, if you get into it, just go along, read every day. So that's the habit in us. We are trying to read every day. And as I said, there is not even a single day where we don't study. So that's expertise we are taking into patents also. And just as our Prime Minister, Honorable Prime Minister, just said in the 15th August speech, Jai Jawan, Jai Vigyan, and Jai Innovation. So this is the pattern that we have to lead, and that's why we are working. We're going for patents now. Filing of patents is easy now in India, copyrights and patents. So we are working on that. I have 20 plus patents, international also, and the
Yes.
patents are in blockchain, they are in IoT, they are for machine learning, even they are for smart wheelchair. One of them is for COVID also. So we
Okay.
were making some COVID device, and it was very popular. So the patents are really picking up in India. Not only me, there are so many researchers now. We are working on them, and we are working. Touch wood, we are all doing very nicely in that field, and our innovation level has really been at the top. And it's not like Indian brain has always been the best, and that's where we are just working on that. So most of our researchers, in fact, we are collaborating. So collaboration is the word. So now it doesn't matter if I'm in India, my collaborator is in America or in UK or in Middle East and all. They're spending the money with us. We are spending our brains. We are putting in our brains. So we are coming up as a team. So we have one team in Egypt, sitting in Egypt. One team is in Middle East also, and one team I am leading in India
Okay.
under their patronage. So we are working on these patents, and I think we are doing perfectly. We are getting into that direction.
Right. So you mentioned the word IoT.
Yeah.
So I know that it's Internet of Things, and it's like a concept many people are focusing on also nowadays. So I would like you as an expert, like just if somebody like me wants to know more about it, how does it work? What is Internet of Things or something? How can you please explain that to us?
Yeah, Malia, ma'am. You must have seen in movies. You must have seen there is someone coming from his car, getting down from his car, and automatically the door opens up for him.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And somewhere down the line, you're not at home. You want your dog to have the proper food at the correct time. So
Yes.
just at the point of time when he will have his lunch at two, let's say 2 p.m., so that device, food device, automatically opens up.
Yes.
Similarly, smart farming, where smart farming, our farmers are making use of it. They are all making
Okay.
use of IoT. IoT basically involves sensors. So
Okay.
these are devices with sensors. We sense. So that's why IoT is now picking up in every field. Right? Say whenever we say smart systems, we are talking about IoT, and it is important if you talk about smart cities. We are all listening to this. Our prime minister
Yes.
has been very vocal about smart cities in India.
Yes.
So we are going to have this kind of a scenario where every device will be having a sensor, and data will be captured from these sensors and sent to the main server, and the vice versa. So this
Okay.
processing will have to be very popular, and it will be very powerful also. So India will go a long way in this IoT plus AI plus blockchain if we get along with us.
Yes.
So we
Yes.
are working in
Definitely.
that field.
So like artificial intelligence taking over, like
Yeah.
with we can set the things as per, like we set the alarm in normal language, but there through senses it will happen, as you mentioned that we can have the food for the pet at the exact time when we want or something like that.
Not only, ma'am, if you just recall COVID times, we were having a smart prescription also. So we have
Okay.
a smart watches in our hand, and
Yes.
it is reading the pulses, it's reading our blood pressure. So
Yes.
all are using sensors and all.
Senses.
So these are
Okay.
all IoT devices.
Right.
So
Right.
even my laptop can have IoT device, and anyone can fetch data from my device for the work. So as
Right.
researchers, as mathematicians, researchers, and all, we are just connecting through the use of IoT.
Okay. So, and like moving ahead from this point about like you have even written 20 books and many like chapters for different books, and like from where do you get this motivation? Like along with other things, writing it takes a lot of dedication. How do you
Yeah,
find time and like along with your university works and all?
yeah, ma'am. I've always been very fond of writing. So in my childhood also, I used to dream like it was a Mungeri like kind of a thing then. So
Yes.
I used to think I'm going to write something. So I want to write a novel also, but right now it has been technical books. I've
Okay.
written books on software engineering, on artificial intelligence, machine learning. Then I have written a book recently on research methods. So in fact, there are 20 plus books now in the market, and they're doing well at Amazon. They're all available at Amazon, in fact. So it was just like it started with a Mungeri Lal kind of a dream of writing, but being a little poetic also. So it adds up. So the language of my books has been very easy. That's the plus point of those books. And in fact, my students, they urge me to write. Sir, we are not finding any textbook of simplicity. We need a simple book with concepts. So that motivates me. So I keep on writing. Whenever the semester ends, after the semester, I write a book for them through those notes which I have collected. So it's basically the people, they are afraid of copyrights violations and all. But the part is, if you're confident enough, you can get over it. We can do a lot of paraphrasing and all. We can come up with our own language, our own concept, own algorithms. So
Yes.
the books that we write, usually they have everything written from our own research scholars as well as from my side. In fact, my research scholars have been very helpful. There is one research scholar, Mehtab Alam. He's about to complete his PhD. He has been very helpful last 4 or 5 years.
Okay.
So in fact, there are a lot more students there also. It's not my work only. It's the work of my research scholars, the work of my wife also. Plus, my son is also helping with the typing and all. So he helps a lot.
So collaborative effort of
Yeah, it's a
many
collab. Yeah,
minds.
lots of people doing it. Students have been very cooperative. In fact, let me tell you one thing, share one thing, which is very personal from a teacher's perspective. For all these 25, 26 years, I'm satisfied with one thing. And the thing
Mhm.
is, I have never left any query unanswered.
Mhm.
I might have been wrong at once or twice, I might have been wrong, but every time I have been able to impress the students. So
That's
students have
nice.
been very happy. Now my
Mhm.
students who I taught in 96 are in America, UK, Middle East and all, but they're all very happy. They all keep sharing the experiences. So the
Mhm.
experiences which we forget, they keep on reminding. So one thing that keeps me always motivated is my students have been very happy and they have been encouraging a lot.
Mhm. I think that is the great trait of being a good teacher. Like other than motivating the students and like satisfying their queries, and then even if we don't know anything, we can tell them that yes, I can answer this after some research. Teacher is not like a superhuman or somebody
Yeah. If you
can
take
make
it this way,
mistakes.
during
Mhm.
Corona times, I think we have been the front warriors. So
Hmm.
teachers, no one counted
Yes.
teacher as a front warrior, but we were
Mhm.
there, always
Yes.
teaching, always solving on the board, always doing the numericals, writing the algorithms,
Yes.
all on the system as well as on the whiteboard and showing it to them. So we were
Yes.
working really hard. So that has to be appreciated. In fact, every teacher has done wonderfully well in the last 2 years. So their
Definitely.
output has really been appreciated.
Definitely, definitely. And like you were mentioning, we were discussing artificial intelligence and the other things. And here I also like train students for communicative skills and different language related examinations. So during these trainings, like they have one part, essay writing, right? So in that essay, generally, like this question comes for the students, like the same question in different ways. It keeps on coming forward
Coming.
again and again. That this artificial intelligence is going to replace the human touch from things. And like in schools also, they will be teaching, and in every field, driverless cars are already there now. So, what is your, as a person related to this industry, and you have already done research into it, you have written books about it. What do you feel?
Well, if I'm a God-fearing person, if we are all God-fearing person, I think humans can never replace, machines can never replace humans. That's
Hmm.
one thing for sure. We
Hmm.
can design systems, we can design
Yes.
intelligent systems, but that intelligence will always be at a level of 75% or let's say maximum 80%.
Hmm.
Humans will be playing the key role.
Hmm.
So that human intelligence, it never comes from anything.
Hmm.
Whatever we do, God will be supreme. So somewhere down the line, we'll have to accept that. As academicians, as teachers, we keep on saying we are building perfect systems, but those perfect systems still lack what God has created. So that intelligence which God has put in us is very different. But
It's
yes,
also interesting that you believe in these things. Sometimes people who are into the more technical fields, they do not believe in this God particle and element
no.
or particle, I should say, but you trust in
Yes,
that.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. We can have robots. We can have wonderful robots. They're performing every task now. Life critical tasks they are performing. They're being used in even performing operations in hospitals.
Yes.
Big hospitals and they have the robot arms now and they are
Mhm.
performing the operations and all. Yes,
Yes.
they are replacing. For expert persons, they are replacing. But still, I feel somewhere down the line, humans will always be at
Yes.
number one.
Mhm.
Machines will be number two only.
Number two, right? Mhm. And you, like I read in your profile that you even train the staff in different companies, about this IT field and everything, and you help even in placement assistance to companies. What is that all about? Like, what is your role into that?
That role was basically, I took it on my own when I joined
Okay.
Jamia Hamdard. I opted that I'll do the placements also. So somewhere I took up placements for about 12 years and we were in constant touch with the companies. And once I went to the companies, they started asking me, come on, share your expertise with our employees. So there we used to have a lot of programs. So I used to impart those programs, the problem solving I was doing. So there were lots and lots of sessions that I have done for them. And some of them were like where we have to study a lot because those industry people, they were really very good. But every night I used to come and study more than that.
Okay.
to solve the queries. And yes, I succeeded in that, and I got lots of consultancies after that. But it's like hard work will always pay.
Yes.
So we should be keep working. We should be working in a let's say unified direction. And now, since it is collaborative work, let us now not think we are the supreme. We are the supreme now. We should collaborate. We should try and find out. There can be people better than us. Let us learn from them. So that learning will shape our future. So my friends know, if I just know that this person knows this thing, let's say the programming language I don't know, I'll go up to him and I'll try to learn. So that's where I tell you an instance. It was in 1998 when
Okay.
Chaudhry Charan Singh University, they were starting a course in artificial intelligence, and they
Okay.
were not finding any teacher. And 1998 was way long back.
Yes.
So then the dean of that department, S.C. Agarwal sir, Professor Agarwal sir, that he called me up. Khan, can you take that session? Uh, I said, sir, I can take a session. I can take the entire course also. So that was a time it gave me the most confidence that I can teach at any level. So right now, as an international speaker, now in last 2 3 years, I've been able to take classes at various universities, any subject that they opt for, and I think the God now has given me the kind of confidence that yes, I can do it, and I should be able to answer any query.
That's very interesting to know because, sir, like I have observed that sometimes people have expertise over like certain things, but then they are not able to communicate that to the public, and they are not like ready enough, or they don't feel confident. That confidence is not there in them to speak in different forums or something. So, as a professor, like your students might also be watching. So, what is your message for them that communicative skills are also very, very important?
Yeah, this is one thing that I really focus on. I give them presentations. I give them soft skills traits also, because they have to learn to speak. They'll have to present themselves, because
Yes.
they cannot be sitting at the back of the office. They'll have to present. They'll have to lead the world. So I think, as you said, communication skills will have to be very good. It's like why people are not opting to come for the world, face the world. It's communication skills. But somewhere down the line, we feel, अगर इसने मुझसे ये पूछ लिया तो मैं क्या जवाब दूंगा, मेरी
Yes.
समझ में आएगा नहीं आएगा. But the thing is, we should be able to converse in, let's say, Hindi also, in Urdu also, in English also, and it has to be a khichdi kind of a thing. So the best part that I find about my classes has been, after every 4 lines of English, I summarize in 1 line of Urdu.
Oh.
So I was taking the class in MIT International 6 months back. I was taking on a Sunday. I was taking the class, and the coordinator called up, "Sir, here you cannot speak Urdu or Hindi. It's an international level course, and all there are foreigners also. So somewhere we'll have to see that also." So when I asked where are the students from, they're students from Nigeria,
Yes.
students from Ethiopia, from UK, from South Middle East, and all. So it was wonderful teaching them. So now the thing is, everything has gone online. So confidence will have to be. Uh, my let's say you are asking for the youth. So my message for the youth is work hard. We'll have to work hard, and without working hard, you cannot get the success. Secondly, develop the habit of reading. Read good books. Internet will not do everything for you, because now the biggest problem in my students and other students of other universities is they are not buying the books. They
Yes.
might take the money from the parents for buying the books, but they're not buying the books. So please buy the books, read the books, because what knowledge the books can give, internet
Yes.
sources cannot. Two
Cannot.
internet sources giving the same knowledge, the same topic, might be contradictory. So that creates a lots and lots of ambiguity in the topics that we are teaching. So work hard, read more and more, and make it a habit. Once you're going for sleep also, you study something, 1 or 2 pages, just study before going to the sleep. And when you go to sleep, that thing will get into your mind. And when the next morning you get up, you remember something from
Yes.
those 1 or 2 pages that you have. It's a psychology also.
Yes.
So
But it
some
has really, I think, this internet has really brought that distraction into us. I personally feel that earlier I used to be a very good reader. I used to have books with me. Nowadays, like I do, though I tell the students to read, But then I also see that I am that attention span of looking into the book and reading from the pages, it's decreasing. So it's actually affecting, and I
It's a
prefer
pace of
to
life.
go for the PDFs and all. And then when we read the PDF, then also the attention span is not there, because it's very difficult to look at the screen in like continuously for certain hours. The books were actually a very good way of, like, they seemed a companion.
Yeah. One more point about them is they'll have to improve the softer skills. What I
Hmm.
find lacking in the students right now, softer skills. They will come to your cabin, they'll pull the chair, and the chair will be pulled in such a way that it will create a
Yes.
lot of noise.
Nice.
So even if we go to our professors now who taught us in MCA, and we are always standing at, we are
Yes.
doing like this, we are having those softer skills, but our students are lacking that. So my suggestion is please improve upon the soft skills, because this is
Yes.
going to give you a lot in life. Respect brings respect, and the student
Definitely.
will be definitely very successful if they follow this. Last point which I would want to tell them is they should try to work in a team. They should try to make a system like they should always work in a team. It's not I'll do it. The
Yes.
thing is my team can do it, and if your team can do it, the entire team is successful.
Yes.
So that
Definitely.
is the mantra.
Because this collaboration or collaborative effort, it is one of the like skills which you require to survive in this century.
Yeah.
Without collaboration, we cannot move ahead. Now.
So when we are looking for becoming Wish Guru and all, our
Yes.
Prime Minister has given, let's say, 25 years. So next 25 years, I think we'll be working on innovation. We'll be working on lots of science and all. So apart from that, we should be working on all this also,
All these.
mannerism, softer
Yes.
skills. Then getting into the, and if
What do you
once,
feel as a professor, that do you think this should be taught at the school level? It's not being taught there properly. That is why they don't know all these things. What is your
no, ma'am,
observation?
I think every school does it. We are going for soft skill courses now. So many companies are visiting, and it's just a point like students. They when they come into graduation, they're very excited.
Yes.
So out of that excitement, it happens. But if
So it's
as
the
uni-
individual, like
yeah,
individual choice of things. Sometimes they
so
don't
so
want to
if
follow.
the universities also they keep up one of the papers like this on soft skills and on mannerism and all, it will help.
Right.
So we at Jamia Hamdard, we always go for it. Just before the placement session starts, we go for courses like this. So we have been hiring outside agency for that. So from there they learn, and that external agency will also help to shortlist companies for us. So that way it really helps.
Yes. So in like in computer science, if we talk, like what are the different like careers available of this field in India, or if we say like abroad? So can you please update about that too?
Yeah, computer science, if you're looking for BTech and all, BTech students are really being used as programmers. They are best in coding. Then there are options in testing also. Then there are options in project management. So in a way, if the student struggles for 1 year, after that 1 year, he will have to struggle, and he'll have to work hard for 1 year, and after that, sky is the limit. Because I haven't, for years, I haven't heard anyone who is saying we have a package less than 15 lakhs or 20 lakhs. So the package is always beginning from that level. So they can go for programming, they can go as testers, they can go as project managers and all. So lots of opportunities after computer science if they're doing BTech or MCA. And it's not like I'm only talking about Jamia Hamdard, it's about every university. And those people who are doing it, even during Corona times, I think the people who have done computer science, they were very happy. They were doing work from home, and they were getting the regular packages also. And in fact, they got the hikes also. TCS and all, you must have heard.
Yes. Yes.
There were even increments. So this field of computer science, I'd say, is here to stay. And now, if the student masters in AI, blockchain, and IoT kind of technology, I think sky is the limit. This is
Okay.
going to be a very long way.
So we were you were mentioning coding, and nowadays like there is a lot of craze for coding also. So this is my personal like question to you as a person related to this field. They say that children can start coding at the age of like 5 or 6 or 7. what do you feel like? Is it really like is it that really coding, or it's a way of learning certain things? It is, what is the right age to learn coding?
Well, according to me, I'm a very conventional person, and my conventions and my knowledge says students should not be exposed for C++ before 11th and 12th. 11th
Okay.
and 12th were the right time for that. What these companies are doing, like you're talking about junior coding and all,
Yes, yes,
they
yes.
are they are inserting students, they are projecting them towards Python and all. Let me tell you, if we are going to use Python, we are going to use these machine learning languages. Once you learn a simpler thing, it's very difficult to learn the harder part of it. But our teachers were focusing on a different paradigm. It was like studying C first. We used to study Fortran, Pascal, then C. It used to build our logic. It used to
Yes.
build our concepts. So C, C++, Java, in my knowledge, should be taught first rather than going for these knowledge. Let me tell you, ma'am, like if you're developing these programs in AI and all, what they are teaching these kids, 7, 8 lines of code and the system is intelligent. 8, 10 lines of code, the system is intelligent. You click it and something is happening on the screen. But from that, the kid is not learning anything. The kid will never understand the value of coding for 1,000 lines, 2,000 lines.
Yes, yes.
That's where the actual programming is. Just ask anyone from the industry, how much lines of code have you coded? So he'll tell you 1,000 lines, 2,000 lines, 3,000 lines. So these are big, big programs that we have to develop. So if at a very young age, sixth or seventh class, if we are going to introduce coding, it will only, let's say, hinder. It will only affect their logical parts. That's my view. So
So
please
I,
let them
I
study conventionally, and in 11th class, 11th and 12th, once they are into that, introduce these subjects.
right. So I think I agree with your point, and I have this experience of, I will not name the company, but about their coding class, that they ask this, they just check with the interest of the child. So suppose the child is interested in gaming, so like they'll say that you will develop a game on your own. It's a very basic game of just one ball pass going from this side to another. Teacher is
Yes.
telling the code and the child is just copying that thing, and the child has this fake sense of appreciation for himself, that I know I can create a game. So it's
Yeah,
actually like playing with their emotions and the childhood,
definitely,
I
ma'am.
feel.
And don't you feel this is a time for them to study mathematics, to study science?
Yes.
Now the students will not understand Newton's law. In CBSE books, I never found that in order. I never saw my kid doing the cross multiplication in mathematics in CBSE books while he was studying. And I was
Yes.
just shattered. Like the course is in such a way. Why go for computers then? Why not teach them science and maths at that young age?
Yes.
So we also have studied that science and maths, and we haven't even studied humanities and all.
Yes.
Civics, geography, history, everything was taught to us. So we were, let's say, one package. So after 11, 12, we chose our package, we chose our career, and we became successful. And everyone will agree with that. So my
Yes.
suggestion is, please don't load these students who are already loaded. Class fifth or sixth students, they're already loaded with lots and lots of work. Please don't overload them. Computers, they learn in class 11, 10, 12, they'll do it. And once they take that field, they want to go into computer science, they will learn.
And
And
everything
game,
should happen step by step and not
step
like
by
in a
step.
forced way or something.
Ma'am, somewhere that example, Alexa example,
Yes.
the kids are more into, they listen to that, Alexa,
Yes.
do this. So they think
Yes.
they will be able to do that. So
Yes.
they will do it, but with proper time. So once they start graduating, they will have ample time. They can go into gaming, they can go into entertainment, they can go into coding. So entertainment is a field in which most of the BTech students, many 50%, are now venturing into entertainment, and the industry is attracting these people in gaming
Right.
as well as into this. So time
Yes.
will come, and it's
Yes.
time for everything. So please let them study the conventional things.
Yes. And like just I'm taking you away from this point now. We'll move ahead. Like, how do you keep yourself then motivated while doing all these different works? Or do you feel sometimes that no, I need to take a break and I don't want to take up much burden or something, because you are interested in many things other than just classroom teaching.
It
So I'm
happens every
asking you
day.
this thing.
It happens every day, and just at the end of the day, whenever I sit in my car, start. I travel 2 hours in the evening and 2 hours in the morning. I
Okay.
commute from Ghaziabad to Delhi, so I put on the
Mm-hmm.
best of music and
Mm-hmm.
forget everything. So motivation comes from the family. If the family is supportive,
Yes.
motivation is there. The students are supportive. I think my classes are always. A student will tell me 15 minutes before that, sir, you have a class. One of the student will remind me at night, sir, tomorrow you have a class at this time. So that motivation comes from the
Yes.
students, from the family, from your colleagues, as well as the administration. Our administration at Hamdard has been very cooperative always, and they have been grooming us. So it's like only their grooming capacity that has helped us. So you cannot do so much work without their help, without the
Mm-hmm.
support. So in that
Yes.
way, my university has been helping a lot.
Mhm. Though you have told me that you have chosen this field on your own, it was your choice. You were not forced to join it. But still, I would like to ask you that if you were not into the field of education, then what other field you would have chosen?
I would have been a commentator, English commentator.
Oh, that's great.
So at that point of time, we didn't have those opportunities, in fact.
Mhm. Yes.
Otherwise, I would have been a wonderful commentator. At the age of 6 or 7, I used to just mimic all those commentators at that point of time.
Okay.
So I think if I were not a teacher, I would have been a
Mhm.
commentator. And during my sessions and talks, they're successful because I imagine I'm doing the commentary.
Hmm.
So in that way, it always helps. So that is a point
Yes.
which gives me a lot of energy.
Yes. Teaching is all about that. Like you have to communicate continuously.
Continuously. My wife
Hmm.
tells me, "Why do you speak so much? You could have done that in 1 hour. You extend it for 2 hours or 1.5 hours." I tell, if I am just doing it, I'll have to
Yes.
extend.
Hmm.
And it doesn't go with me like just reading out from the slides and explaining. I get into the groove of everything. So long lectures and everything. So that's the point.
That's the point. Because once it comes from heart, then we do not want to stop. We keep on exploring
We
from
keep on
one
exploring.
dot to another and everything, right? So thank you so much for joining me today, sir. Before we wind up, I just want to request you to like give some tips as a professor to the youth who's watching you out there. How can they be successful in life? Success doesn't only mean the money or anything, like the overall happiness and everything.
Yeah, work hard, read more. One thing I would add, respect your parents.
Hmm.
Without your parents' blessings and all, you will not have the success. So please work hard, read more, respect your parents, respect your teachers, respect your environment. This is something which we badly need right now from the society. If we can only teach our students to do this, I think we will be at a much better place. So something where I think we should all be focusing on.
Focusing on.
Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
ma'am. It's
Thank you
been
so much.
wonderful.
I am thankful to you. I learned a lot today in this session, and it's great to see that you are at such a top position in Jamia Hamdard University. Still, you are very grounded. You're very humble, and you have explained every like answer, whatever my questions were, in a very elaborated way. Thank you so much for joining me today, sir.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you. So this is Dr. Ihtiram Raza Khan from Jamia. Like me, everybody has learned something new today. And teachers, they always have certain set of ideologies, and like they can always give us something or the other. So we have learned a lot. This was a great conversation. So we'll be meeting next time with another trend setter or an expert of their field. Thank you so much for joining me
Best
today.